It's nice in my part of the pool. Who's in the house? Oh man, I forgot my stuff. Oh well. I see people. Say hello. Hello, Marianne. Good to see you. Teresa, nice to see you. Hello, Erica. And there's Catherine, yay. Jamie's in the house. And there's Deborah. Good to see you, Deborah. Hello, Doris. And there's lovely Nancy and Rebecca. Hi, Susan. Andrea, I'm glad you're here. Letha, good to see you. Gwen's here. And so is my girl Beverly. Yay. Hi, Joanne. Sandra, hello. There's my girl Lucy. And Linda's here. Hi, everyone. Kathy, hello. Good to see you. Catherine's going strong, day 2. Whoop, pinkies up. Yep, she gets one of those. Oh my goodness, I'm so hot. Who else do we have here? I can't see without my glasses. I see Denise, Crystal, Arla, Dawn. Good to see everyone. Jenny's in the house. Oh my goodness, hot flash. Woo! Anyone? Pinkies up for hot flashes. What up? You know, what are you gonna do? Hello, Angie, Barb. Jane's here. Good to see you. Good to see everyone. Thanks so much for showing up. I love it when I watch you guys all walk in. Oh, my glasses are all steamed up. I mean, come on. I've got my own heat source here. And who wants a heat source in the middle of August? Not me. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for showing up. There's my girl Cassie. I love it. I love that you guys are here. Patricia's here. Good to see you as well. So today, of course, is Tuesday. It's our tip. It's our tip. No flashing for you yet, Rebecca. Just wait. I promise you. It's such a privilege and such a joy. You know, womanhood. Oh boy. Today we're going to talk a little bit about courage. Sometimes I just wake up with these ideas. Hi, Sammy and Margot. I wake up with these ideas, and today the thing that hit me was just that, you know, there's a such thing as everyday courage, that we all have courage that we think everybody else does and we don't. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we can apply that to everything, because really, honestly, at the bottom of all things that we ever attempt to do is this thing of courage. So let's talk about that. Our quote of the week is a juicy one, and I'm going to reframe it into our language because, you know, not to sound too feminist or anything, but why is it always about man? You know, I say it's about woman, okay? Here it is. Woman cannot discover new oceans until she has courage to lose sight of the shore. Courage, y'all. Courage. There it is. The word courage. This is by André Gide, who was a Pulitzer Prize winner for, or a Nobel Peace Prize winner for literature. He died in the 1950s, and just a brilliant man, a thinker. You know, we need to surround ourselves with thinkers, don't we? Yeah, Heidi said, good timing to hear about courage. You need a reminder. You know, don't we all? We all need a reminder. We are all, you know, basically we all have the same DNA. We all have tweaks in our genes. I've been doing a little bit of a deep dive on genetics and how we can turn on and turn off our own genetic expressions. This is why I always say to you that just because you might have a genetic ding in your constitution, so to speak, that is not an assignment. That is not an assignment. You might have a family full of heart disease or cancer or whatever. That is not an assignment on you. When you take appropriate action and decide that that's not for you, you can do things differently and you can buck those odds. So take courage in that. This week, of course, speaking of courage, we have some really good stuff going on, right? Today is the last day for our multivitamin. A lot of you are taking advantage of this. This is a buy 3 and you will get the 4th one free. We'll put it in the cart for you. You don't have to worry about that. And it ships free. Put ships free, all one word, in the promo window as you're checking out. That's simple, as long as you live in the United States. And if you have a big order, you're going to get a personalized note from me that looks somewhat like this. Boop. And you will get a Pinkies Up mindful mug. I love stuff like that, don't you? Don't you love little goodies and treats in the mail and little notes? We don't do notes anymore. And when I decided to start doing notes, I just wanted everyone to know how much you meant to me, because, you know, we had a time when I was just really worried about this little business of mine staying afloat. There was a lot going on. Am I right? Do you remember that? Gosh, what a thing that was. I also want to tell you that this is something that's coming up this week. Aw, look at you, all of your notes. Look at you, sweet things. I hope so, because, you know, sometimes I sit down there and I said it's like writing thank yous for your, you know, for your baby shower, your whatever, writing thank you notes. But when I'm writing them out, I am praying for each one of you. You mean everything to me. And I want you to know that. And I want you to know too, that I don't take this for granted. You know, this is, you guys are my community and my world, and you've supported me. You've supported this business. You've supported all of us who work so hard to make sure that your product is going out on time, that we've got it in everything. We do everything, and we do it because we love you and we care about you. Thank you so much. Look at all of you. You light me up. I'm gonna cry. Ah, thank you. I want you to know that I mean that. So when I write those notes, I'm not just like, oh, I gotta write these notes. I am praying for each one of you. And that includes on the end, everybody who buys anything from me gets a note from me. That's how I roll, because I want everyone to know that you count and that your contribution is important to us, and it's important to the rest of our community. You know, we get to do this. We get to, you know, we get to hold each other's hands, you guys. This is what community is, and it does mean everything. So thank you for that, and thank you for being such a big part of my community. I mean, honestly, you have no idea the huge gratitude in my heart that I have for you. And that's one of the reasons why I want to talk about courage today. Courage is just absolutely everything. And as I was thinking about it, it undergirds everything that we want to do. Everything. So we're going to talk about that, because this is going to be, I hope you're taking notes today. It's going to be one of those things. This is one of those ideas that I had, that thing in my head that lit up that made me say, this is it. This is a foundational principle. So yay. I'm so glad you're here, Teresa. I'm glad you just made it. Well, you made it just in time, because we're talking about this. Now, understand this Thursday, we have a webinar. Everybody's already asking what's next, because they're doing the work. And I'm so incredibly proud of our sprinters this time. You guys are doing some amazing work. You're showing up. You're stepping into something new and different. Courage right there. And look, and you're getting results already. You know? Isn't that fantastic? So I want to say to you, stay with it. Stay with it. Have the courage to stay with it. And also sign up for the webinar. We're going to do a What's Next webinar on Thursday. And I'm going to give you 10 actionable steps that you can take. This is worth taking notes for. Okay? SavingDinner.com/webinar. Jenny just put the link right there in the chat. It's worth signing up for. You know, this is basically a culmination of all the things that I've learned in the last 10 years. And the reason I say the last 10 years, even though I've been a nutritionist for 25 plus years, the last 10 years have just been a real teaching experience, because I dumped a lot of the stuff. I dumped a lot of the stuff that I was thinking about. Well, welcome, Janet. She's a first-time watcher. You know what? We're going to have somebody answer you about the sprint, give you all the information, and you're just, yeah, you're going to love it. So the sprint is just basically an anti-inflammatory plan to clear the decks for 7 days. And it gives us a good opportunity to understand what the heck is going on with us, our health, the way we feel, you know, maybe that doughy middle. And I call it the doughy middle because, man, I know what you mean. I know what that is. That doughy middle that came from all the pizza and the sourdough bread we were eating during the pandemic. Janet, we're welcoming you anyway. And yes, we will take care of you. We will give you all the information, and we're delighted to have you here as a part of our community. That's how we roll around here, by the way. So again, take advantage of the multivitamin. This is the last day that you can get 3. You can get 4 basically for the price of 3. We will put the 4th one in the cart for you, and it will ship free when you put ships free in the promo window, as long as you live here in the United States. Mail's a little bit slower. This is what we've been noticing, and you know, the news is full of all of that there's some stuff going on in the post office, whatever. I'm just letting you know, anybody who, you know, we sent stuff out priority and then finding out that it got there 4 days later. You know, you pay extra for the priority, and this is what they do to you. Darn post office. So I hope everybody got their stuff in time, though. If not, you know, we can always jump in where we are, right? Pinkies up. That's what we do. And Janet, when we pinkies up is just our, you know, salute of solidarity. Let's just call it that. So the other thing that I want to tell you about is tomorrow I am going to be introducing something that we have never done before. And we've never done this before because we've never had the capacity and the ability to be able to do it. We do now. We have the ability to do this now, and that is some big bulk buys. I mean, you know, you've been seeing me give you the buy 3, get 1 free. Well, we've got some more coming up. And we're not introducing it to our email list. We're introducing it to our customers, and we're introducing it to our audience here on Facebook. And the reason why, people who bought our supplements in the past, and a reason why is because we want to just say thank you in a big way and give you the opportunity to move in and take advantage of this incredible sale. You'll see what I mean tomorrow. That's what's happening. So put your seatbelts on and let's get busy. You know, we're all about how do we serve and how do we serve better. You know, and I have to just tell you, I'm incredibly blessed with a team of people who all have the same mindset. You know, Jenny is constantly, she is my right hand. She is constantly there, constantly doing the work and thinking of things and taking it to the next level. We've got Amber, who just joined us, and she's already thought of some really cool ideas and is creative and doing some amazing stuff. We've got Tina, who takes care of customer service. You've seen her, probably seen some of her answers with her emails. We've got Mark, who is staying on top of the inventory and making sure everything is going out on a regular basis. We're all on it. And I just want you to know, it takes a village to get things done. It's not just me. Trust me, you don't want me doing all that stuff. And yes, we do love Jenny. Here comes the Jenny love. Well deserved, by the way. She has been absolutely incredible, completely incredible. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate my team. I mean, this is the most incredible team we've ever had at Saving Dinner. So we're really blessed right now, and I'm just letting you know that my gratitude extends to our customers, of course, and our community, and also our team, our manufacturer, even our tea guy over in in India, constantly sending me emails and letting me know, you know, slow boat from India, but it's late. Yes, Sarah, the multivitamin is still the deal. Yes, Jenny is the best, and she blesses us with her bestness. So yes, we're so appreciative. So there you go. I went through all of that stuff, and now I'm going to tell you a little bit about this courage thing. Yes, Mark does a great job, and we were just discussing all of this morning. You know, like getting the inventory out, creating. You know, bringing in more, and we've gone all the way, y'all. We've gone all the way, and I told him, I said, we need to. The tea is coming the end of the month, God willing. The regular will be here the end of the month. The decaf is either in the port or it has left. I'm going to check with our tea guy today, but you know, understand, India got walloped by COVID, and they've just shut everything down. So the fact that we even got anything done and how long it took, it's just how long it took. But understand too, the tea process, the decaf process is a water processing. They don't do it with chemicals. Chemicals, it's done like that. Water processing, it takes time, and that's the way you want your tea done. It's all organic. It's grown on this big tea plantation in India, and we get it right from the plantation to their manufacturing facility, and it's so fresh, and you know the difference. So I'm down to my very last bags. I think I found like 4 bags. I'm going to be sharing 2 with Marla tomorrow, which is really very generous of me, I might add. But I'm telling you, you guys, after you've had our tea, you can't go back. There's nothing like it. So we have shut off people have been ordering it. So I've shut it off, or Jenny has, I should say, has shut off the being able to order it, because we get people asking, when's it going to be in? Well, it's back ordered for a while. As soon as it's up, though, we are going to have a tea fest. What do you say? Tea fest for everyone? Also, I want you to notice, too, on savingdinner.com, we have an events tab. And in that events tab, you can get both Marla and my workshops. We've got the Happy Mama workshop that we just did for moms. We've got and getting back to school and getting all, get the rigmarole going. And then we also have the Get Your House in Order. For those who are just saying, I'm so overwhelmed with all of it, we've got a workshop for that. And my workshop that I did called Full Bloom. We did it virtually. It was supposed to be an in-person thing, yada, yada, you know the drill. But I want you to be able to have that, because if you like these daily talks and you want more and you want to really get into the weeds with what's going on in your life, you get an opportunity to do that. So check it out at savingdinner.com. Just check out the events, and you can get Full Bloom for $47, just like all of the rest of it. It's a full day. You can break it up, and it was, I was happy. Okay, the tabs is coming. Sorry. I just burst Jenny's balloon. Oh dear, Jenny's going, no, not yet. Well, it's coming. Okay. It's one of the things we thought of. I think that anytime Jenny tells me something, I figured she's already done it, because she's like, nobody gets anything done as fast as Jenny. So sorry about that. Here's my thought that I woke up with this morning. And see if this resonates with you. And again, I do hope you take notes on this stuff, because this is my needle mover right here. This is my needle mover that made me say, oh my gosh. And that is this statement: when you find courage, you find your true self. When you find courage, you find your true self. Let me unpack that a little bit. We oftentimes think of what courage is, right? We do. We think that courage is just, it's for people who are lifting cars off of small children. We think of courage as being able to fight off a bear, or we think of courage as like these big momentous things that are, newsworthy. But I want to tell you something. You know what courage is? Courage is the everyday thing that's inside of you when you make a decision that's for yourself. When you make a decision that's for you, for the better of you, and you don't fall into the old places. You don't fall into the old garbage that you used to do. You don't go to the place of rationalizing and making excuses, because you recognize with your courage that, no, I'm going to do something different, because that something different is going to get me, 1, off the carousel of crazy, and 2, it's going to light up my life and show me a new way, a better path, and get me out of all of this way. Do you get what I'm saying with all of that? I love this. When you find courage, you find your true self. I think of women, and there's a few of you here that are on today that I have spoken to and personally coached, that have had to had a courageous moment in their lives when they were told, your child will never be able to fill in the blank, or your child is this, or having to face something that was outside of their realm of what they thought was possible. Kind of maybe dashed a few dreams against the rocks. But they have stood the challenge, stood up to the challenge, and found the courageousness within themselves to raise children that maybe have higher needs than other kids, to do the work that's necessary to bring their child to the very best that they can be. That's courageousness. It also gives you purpose in life. It gives you a mission, and it helps to, basically establish yourself where you are. But I'm going to tell you right now, and you can ask any of them here, did you have that courage to start with? The answer is yes. It's just that you didn't know it was there. You don't know it's there until you have to pull it out. But I'm going to tell you something. We don't all have to stand on that precipice of, oh my gosh, I've got to deal with this now. Or a sudden divorce, or a sudden death, or a sudden something where your world is turned upside down. That same courage that has to come out because now our circumstances have changed has been there all along. And it's something that we can pull out and find in our true selves when we decide that we want to change our life, that we want to change the path that we're on. When it's not, we want to change our weight, we want to change our health, we want to change the way we feel, we want to change our output in our lives, we want to change our future. How about that? That courage for that is there inside of you right now, today. It's just not tapped. And one other thing that I would say too that also brings this all into, I think, a full circle, and that is that I want those of you who maybe think of themselves as victims, whether it's a victim of a disease, a person, circumstances, or whatever, that victimhood is not a neighborhood. Victimhood is nowhere to live. Living in victimhood simply puts you into a tiny, tiny corner with very few options. It doesn't allow you to get out of it. It's not what you want. It is a ghetto of your soul. And what I say to you is that if you want to step into a neighborhood, a community, a place where you're loved, you're appreciated, and that you're expanding the horizons of what's available and what's possible for your life, then you leave victimhood behind and you courageously decide that what you want is something more. So daily courage is something we can all have. Daily courage is saying goodbye to victimhood. It might take a few times, right? Daily courage is deciding and making an absolute stand for being optimistic, for seeing the possibilities instead of all the limitations, for deciding for yourself that you want something more, even if it's risky, even if it's something you've never done before. That's what courage is. Courage is that depth inside of you, that thing that you pull out when you need it. And I'm just inviting you right now today to pull it out. Pull out the courage that's inside of you. It's your strength. You've got it. We all have it. We look at risks like, wow, this might just not work out, or it might not be for me, or I just can't do this, or immediately dismissing, I'm overwhelmed, I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And immediate dismissal is not giving it a try. It's not reaching for your courage. It's just deciding the comfort of the carousel of crazy is what you want. And wouldn't it be a shame to live your life on the carousel of crazy? Because the carousel of crazy goes nowhere. It just occupies every square inch of your brain, thinking that there's some perfect thing out there. There's some perfect person or guru or something that's going to light your life up. And it's going to be easy and fun, and you don't have to put in any effort. And I'm just going to tell you right now, that's a complete lie. And that notion that we don't have to do something, that it's just going to come easy, and constantly seeking for something different is the carousel of crazy. And the carousel of crazy isn't just about your weight, isn't just about one diet after the other, but it's about a lifestyle of not ever digging in and determining that you have what it takes. Daily courage. That daily courage is yours to utilize when you want. And this daily courage is seeing yourself for who you truly are. You are an expansive, thinking woman. You are a woman with a purpose and a mission designed and given to you by God himself. He cares that much for you because he doesn't make junk, ladies. He doesn't say, hey, come to this earth. I'm going to put you on this earth so you can ride this carousel of crazy and go nowhere. Just go up and down with nutty thoughts. Do you think that's your purpose in life? Do any of us want to be on our deathbeds thinking, this is all I did? We have a purpose in our life, and we will never find it until we start finding our own courage. And it's there. It just might be untapped. It might be tucked behind a lot of fear. It might be but this and but that. It might be behind the yeah buts. But at any time you can tear down that wall, one brick at a time, and say, you know what? Yeah, but no, nothing. I'm going to throw that one down the gully because it doesn't belong in my world anymore. I see myself with different eyes than I saw myself 10 years ago. How are you seeing yourself right now? I see myself as brave, as courageous, as not giving up, tenacious, grit. My accountant years and years ago, well, a few years ago, she said, I have never seen anyone with more grit. And I took that as being one of the best compliments anybody's ever given me, because I will not give up. I am tenacious. I am going to hold on like a snapping turtle. You ever seen a snapping turtle? Do you think they'll ever let go? Absolutely not. But I'm going to hold on, and I'm not going to let go. And that's why I do these daily Facebook Lives, because I believe in you. I believe in your courageousness. I believe in your tenaciousness. And I believe that if you decide and make that decision to risk a little bit and to do the things that maybe scare you a little bit, that your courage is going to come out of you like a lion. And you're not even going to recognize who you are. That's what I believe. Because courage isn't running away. It's stopping and facing that stuff. We have to stop with the fear. The fear is much bigger than in our minds than it really happens to be. Yeah, single parent, because life happens. I was a single parent. You want to hear single parent? I had no child support, no nothing. As a matter of fact, I paid alimony. I had nothing. And I did it anyway. I had somebody telling me, you need to get out of there. You need to go and become an accountant with, what is it, H&R Block, because what you're doing is so risky. And it was risky. And you know what I said to myself? I'm going to do it anyway, because tenacious snap turtle tenaciousness, that's me. That's me. I don't know where that came from. Both of my parents played it safe. But, you know, everything was always about safety and don't do this and don't have a risk. I don't know where it came from. But I made a decision a long, long time ago that I wasn't going to completely play it safe. Playing it safe to me looks like a dead end. Playing it safe is not going to get me what I want. Playing it safe is going to hold me back from the real person that I am. And I want to, every single year, 1 year from today, I want to say I'm a different person than I was. Because every time you dig for courageousness, more of it comes out. It takes over. It becomes your identity instead of all this other garbage that has taken up so much space in your head. Think about this. Not being courageous takes you down. And courage helps you to resist the stuff that has always taken you down. Staying back and staying away from all the risky stuff is just, it's safe, but it's not fun. And it takes a whole heck of a lot of energy to keep building those stupid walls with your yeah buts, with all the reasons why, with the phone calls to rationalize and defend yourself against all of this stuff. When deep down, and I want pinkies up for this one, deep down, you know you have so much more than you're willing to put out. Am I right? Have you ever felt that way? Have you ever felt, yeah, but no. Courage is ennobling. Ennobling. It reveals your greater character. It reveals your integrity. It reveals the empathy and the courage and the strength inside that you never thought you had. It reveals something. It comes out. It greets you. It says, here you are. Come on, slap it up. You know, you can be all of that. We all have reasons. We all have obstacles. We all have things that can hold us back, right? I mean, Arla just said, you know, single parent. I'm like, yeah, single parent, done it, right? We can all say, but, you know, I have this and I have that. We can if we want. if that's the way that we want to choose to live our lives, if we want to take those bricks and stack them up and put a whole wall of refusal to dig into who we truly are, we can do that. Doesn't it feel awful? Doesn't it just hurt you to your soul, though? Doesn't it make you shrink back? Doesn't it make you feel teeny tiny? The strength, the grit, the courage, all of it, it's all rolled into one. But you know what's so exciting is that the courage brings out all of it. The courage opens the door. The courage is a teeny tiny little hinge that opens the big door to your whole life. Janet, you say, I'm a yeah, but sigh. Don't sigh anymore. Say, I'm a yeah, but I'm done with it. Be done with it. At any time, we can choose something different. At any time, we are not being held hostage. Do you understand that? You're not a tree. You don't have to stay where you are. You never have to be held hostage again. If a doctor tries to hold you hostage and trying to get you to take a bunch of medications and inside of your heart, just not right, you can fire the doctor. If somebody is trying to lord something over you or somebody's being abusive, you can find your voice and say, that's enough out of you. If you find yourself in a place where you're being overwhelmed and told something that you're not, you can speak up and say that is enough. You do not ever have to be held hostage by your timidity anymore. Because under that timidity, under that rock, is a whole bunch of courage, and it's yours to claim. This is your true value. Do you see that? That's the true value of who you are as a woman, and it's the true value of who you are, heart, mind, and soul. Janet, thank you for listening, because I want you to recognize and see who you truly are. You cannot be truly yourself until you discover your own courage. Your own courage is hidden within, but it is busting forth. It wants to come forth. It's like a crocus in the spring, That's who you are. And it strengthens you to your core. Now, it can be a little like baptizing a cat, right? It is a cold plunge, and that cat is not going to like it. Have you felt that way before? But honestly, aren't we all just a bunch of cats hanging out together looking for the best portion of who we are to be our best selves? Aren't we? That's how we do it. So how do you get there? How do you do this? I'm going to give you a couple of things. One, believe it's there. Believe it's there. Look for it. It will show up. Your reticular activating system, this is part of who you are, is searching for evidence to support a new belief. So let it do that. Let it bring forth this evidence. Say something. Don't just diminish and shut down. I've shared before I'm a big fan of The Office, that show. Binge watched it, admit it. There was a part where, and I can't remember everybody's name now, the little shrinking violet receptionist is starting to find her voice. And she goes to a bar with a bunch of people, right? With a bunch of work friends, and they give her the wrong beer order. And she starts to take it, and she's walking away, and then she realizes, I don't want this, right? She goes back to the bar, and she says, this isn't what I ordered this. And the guy just says, oh, okay, no worries. Changes it up and gives her what she ordered. She walked away victorious. How many of us are like that? Where we'll just take whatever crumbs are given to us. Courage speaks up. Courage finds its voice, and courage says, that's not good enough for me. That's not enough. I don't want that. You may not speak to me that way. This isn't what I ordered. In a kind, generous way. We don't have to be horrible people in order to speak up. We can find our voice without finding our inner shrew either. We can still be lovely people, but we don't have to settle. The other thing is we connect with like-minded women who are on the same track. This is why we have such a vibrant audience and community in our Hot Melt Sprint group. These are people who've decided they're going to show up for their lives. And then we also need to know that being uncertain is part and parcel. Uncertainty is just a thing. And around the bend comes confirmation that, yes, this is the right thing. Yes, you're doing the right thing. Yes, you're there for yourself. How about that? How about that? And we do it anyway. We use our tools to get there. We meditate, we pray, we journal, we connect with one another. We show up for our lives. We're no longer those little shrinking violets that go and get the wrong order. We turn around and we say, this is wrong. This is what I want to do. This is what I want instead. And you know what? I've had so many people who come and say, well, you know what? I am XYZ. I'm 80 years old. I'm 50 years old. Well, it's too late for me because, is it? Only if you decide it is. The courage that you want, the courage that you desire is not something that you have to go shopping for. It's something you merely have to show up for because it is inside of you. So step up to your life. Step up to your life and allow your courage to show up in your life. Allow your courage to give you the things that you want out of your life. Allow courage to be the primary thing. And recognize that's a daily thing. It's not something that just shows up for some people. When you find your courage, you're going to find your true self. And that's everything. Because your true self is going to get exactly what it is that you want. That's a promise. That is a promise. And you can take it to the bank. So, I'm going to share with you all of the crazy things that I'm going through, the courage that I'm doing with all of my exercise routine. I'm going to show you everything that I'm doing at a later date as soon as everything is set up. But I'm going to tell you what, we have to push. If we want courage and if we want the lives that we say that we want to lead, then we're going to have to show up for it and we're going to have to make a stand for it. Courage shows up when we do. Amen? I love you guys. Thanks so much for showing up and sharing this message and for being a part of my community. You mean everything to me. And I just really, I just cannot say how much I appreciate you. I will see you in the sprint group. Don't forget, I'll be in there looking at and watching you and helping you out any way that I can. And if you are inclined, show up on Thursday. Go to savyandinner.com/webinar. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Erica. Thank you for showing up. I love you all. Peace be with you.